Christy here, week 48. I am almost caught up, but I'm just a few weeks behind. Here you see I'm laying down my cards and photos. This week I'm using quite a few cards from Laurel Lane Designs. That Oh Darling, Let's Have an Adventure, which is so cute. And also on the bottom left hand corner, that striped, black and white striped card, and the Z's, or the Z's for you Americans. The Z card is also from Laura Lane Designs, and a little bit later I substitute another card for another one of her cards. So yeah, I really struggled with this layout, and I do end up liking it in the end, but I had to take a bit of a break halfway through the layout because I was just hating it. And I think a big part of it was when I picked my cards, I picked a lot of blues. And when it came time to actually do the layout and picking out my embellishments, it just was kind of plain to me. And I don't know, not like depressing, but like blues just are kind of cold. So, anyways, the diamond that you see placed on that Oh Darling card, that's from Heidi Swap, like a Heidi Swap card collection that came with a bunch of embellishments. And that kind of was my color inspiration for this week's layout. So the pinks, the blues, and the yellows you'll see kind of scattered throughout, and it is still a little bit of blue heavy in the layout. Like I said, the I wasn't loving it as I was completing it, and so I didn't go crazy with the embellishments this week so much. I just really struggled, and so you see me flipping through my embellishments, and I did end up cutting out like a bunch of flipping through there and deciding or whatever, but the embellishments I did pick, I do really love. So let's see. The currently acrylic piece that you see on that photo right there of my daughter is from Studio Calico. And what else? The wood veneer umbrella and clouds I got from a pocket letter swap. And then the rest is just from like some others, like obviously from my stash and stuff. So yeah, I'm just placing some embellishments. Like I said, really indecisive this week. And as my usual process, I kind of just lay things down and think about it. um, and I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? Let's move this along. Like, just get over it. This obviously isn't gonna be like one of your favorite layouts of all time. Like, just commit and get it done. Because my husband is being super awesome today. We were gonna have like a family day where we went out and did some stuff, but we had such a big day yesterday that we both kind of decided that we just kind of lay around. And so I asked if I could do some Project Life, and he agreed. So that means he gets to like kind of look after and play with my daughter, and I get to play myself. So yeah. Working on this card now, I guess this would probably be my favorite card of the layout. I took a blue card from Studio Calico that said Blissful. I believe it was from like the April kit, and I just never really foresaw myself using that card. So I chopped it up and layered it with that Laurel Lane Designs card, which fit perfectly with this picture of my daughter and I snuggling. So I just kind of am playing around and layering it. Because I chopped it up, I kind of had a funny ending point on that one blue card, but it ends up working out in the way that it's layered on that card with the Z's or the Z's. And yeah, I just added a doily there from Paper Issues, from my Paper Issues haul, and just layered it a couple times. And then that teddy bear ephemera piece is from October Afternoon. So I just kind of had it all pieced together how I wanted it and then gradually adhered it down like one layer at a time. When I do go to adhere this teddy bear, ideally I would have loved him to be like facing into us, but I wasn't really thinking and I put the adhesive on and it was too late. So anyway, he's facing the other way and it's okay, right? I'll deal. Brought out my washi. I have a whole bunch of washi samples that I got in like swaps and stuff. So I just got out some pinks just to tie in some pinks for this photo. This photo actually ends up being my title card, which is a little bit different for me, but I just didn't really have room for it anywhere else. So yeah, I like how it looks. And so that top left hand card, I had a card layered underneath it that was like a tinier polka dot, and it was kind of just, it wasn't doing anything for the layout. And so I really like the graphic quality of that polka dot card, and so that's another Laurel Lane Design card there, and it just kind of, it's that really bright white and the graphic polka dot, and I just really like the way that it kind of ties everything together. So like the graphicness, is that a word? I don't even know. The graphicness of the script on this card I'm working on now, and it kind of ties it all together, especially with that black and white stripe on the bottom left corner as well. Adding some more doilies. I like to kind of balance it out. So because I have doilies on the bottom left corner there, I wanted to bring in doilies on the right side. And so I brought in that yellow doily, which is also from Paper Issues. They have like a really cool variety pack, and it comes with like a whack of different colors. Going through my wood veneer now, I had kind of an idea of getting out some wood veneer Zeds from my collection, because I thought, when am I ever going to use those? So I cut out that a bit for you because I'm digging through and finding them all. And then I found another diamond wood veneer piece, but I don't end up using it. And then I found some girl potty people that I put on that bottom picture there. And all the veneer that I did end up using, especially with that boat, I forgot to mention that boat veneer, are all Studio Calico. So if you're looking for a certain piece or a certain shape, those are all from Studio Calico. Going through and adding my labels now. Again, this week I don't really have a lot of room to journal. I was originally going to journal on those black and white lines of that card there, but end up adding a label instead. And yeah, so I don't know what's going on with me, and when I'm picking my cards, I'm not really thinking about journaling, but it's okay. I add those labels again. And that piece of ephemera that you're seeing me playing around with has all the colors that I'm using, and I really wanted to use it in the layout, but I just cannot find the appropriate spot, so I don't end up using it. And that's okay. I'm sure I can use it elsewhere. So the photos on the right hand side, there's three photos, I guess, from Heritage Park again. So a few weeks ago, I made a layout that kind of showcased Heritage Park using the map and that kind of thing. We went back with a friend and her baby, and we went on a boat ride that they have there, which is really cool. I hadn't been on that before. So a couple of the photos are from the boat ride, and then the photo with the Friends Forever is in like an old little schoolhouse. So we had the girls sitting in like little chairs and desks and stuff, which is pretty cute. Because my friend and I are both teachers, so it's pretty cute to see them in there. And yeah, again, there's that piece of ephemera that I'm trying to find to put somewhere, but yeah. So here, I put this label down, and I'm not thinking it through, and I try to peel it back up, and of course it doesn't come. So I accept it, and I'm so mad at myself because, like, I think that was the problem with this layout too, and why I didn't really like it throughout the process of doing it, is that it felt like every single thing I went to do was either so painful. Or I would just like put it down and screw it up. And yeah, I was just frustrated with myself more than anything throughout this thing. Nothing was going my way, I guess. But anyway, pulled out my thickers. This sheet's almost done, but I was able to manipulate a few of the letters to work for me. So that W for week was actually an M, and I just flipped it over and cut off a little piece there. And a little bit later, you see that I use it to spell the word rain. So here I'm just it was raining quite a bit this week. Even though we had some gorgeous days as well, it rained quite a bit and hailed. So I'm just kind of moving those wood veneer pieces a bit and seeing if I have the right letters to spell the word rain, and I do. I manipulate a few things. So I take a Q and cut off the tail for the A, and the N is actually a U that is flipped back upside down. So last week I did that as well. I changed some letters around, but this week was way easier to do. It didn't take as much thought process. So yeah, and those thickers are from Amy Tangerine. And I really love that font. Some of the letters are a little bit weird, like the F, which you can see two of them there. I'm not a big fan of those, but for the most part, most of the letters were pretty cool. So I pulled out some other alphas here, and I have that blue card, and it says it has a spot for some blank, for some blank. It has a blank for a a quote, I guess, and then underneath it, it says, "Said no one ever." And so I would have loved to use this card, like, if Nora had said something kind of cute. But obviously, she's not really talking yet. I mean, she says a few words, but so I just kind of used it to talk about what's happening in the photos. So even though my daughter's birthday isn't for another month, my parents came over and brought her birthday present, which was like a water table. And so she got like a ton of presents. And so I just used that card to say, "Not more presents," said no one ever. And it turned out pretty well. And it's probably my second favorite card on the whole layout. So, yeah, we're just kind of wrapping things up here slowly, guys. I'm sorry if this is really dragging on. I pulled out some more embellishments. These chipboard hearts are from a Studio Calico kit a few months ago, and I was able to round up a few of those for this layout, and the blue matches perfectly with the cards. And I'm bringing out those alphas again on this photo. I want, again, with the balance, if I use it on one side of my layout, I really like to bring it in on the other side as well, just to kind of tie it together. And so I'm just making sure that the sheet has the right letters for what I want, because there's no way to like manipulate these ones. And I end up spelling out Grandma's dolly, which is what my mother-in-law always calls my daughter, is her dolly. So had to incorporate that. Bringing out my roller stamps for the second week in a row and just stamping some phrases. So I talked about my favorite cards of my layout. Definitely the Oh Darling card, the Z card, and the Not More Presents card. And soon you will see my least favorite card. So I do have a typewriter, but it needs a new ribbon and that sort of thing. And I don't really have a huge issue with my printing. And I usually do print, but on this card, guys, I did some handwriting, which I never do, and I hate it. So the card I'm talking about is on the bottom right-hand corner, the one that says less and more. And yeah, I picked the card mostly for the color. And I feel like I need to learn from my mistakes, people, because that's not a good enough reason to pick a card. But I hand wrote some things, and I wish I would have done it with like some alphas. But yeah. So I guess what I'm asking of you, YouTubers, is if by some freak chance you have this card and would love to mail it to me, please get in contact because I think I need a do-over for sure. And I would love you forever. Bye guys. See you next time.